Live for each second without hesitation. Never forget I'm your man. Wait for me, girl. Cry in the night if it helps you. More than ever, I swear I'll love you. More than I love life itself. Yes, I do. Guess that's why they call it the blues. If time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, hanging out in Nashville, Tennessee with my new friend and good mate, John Smith. I'm a new but big fan of your music. I really love your guitar playing and how luscious you make it sound, the luscious bed that you lay.
It's an honor to be here. You've done so much to bring guitar music to the masses, man. And
I appreciate you saying it. And I mean, I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. I get to hang out with cool musicians for a living. And this is another one. So welcome to the studio.
It's a thrill to be here, man.
Thanks, man. You like to do alternate tunings.
Yeah.
Do you ever play in standard tuning?
Sometimes. More if I'm flat picking. I find standard really useful, but I moved away from standard quite early on in my career, getting into British fingerstyle music and dad-gad tuning. Everything I'd learned in standard, because I trained between sort of the age of 20 and 22. I went to music school and I trained and learned about harmony. All of that went kind of a bit out of the window when I discovered dad-gad, and then I had to reapply what I'd learned to alternate tunings. So I've got a mental map for alternate tunings that's really helpful when I'm writing songs. And when I come back to standard tuning, I have to kind of remind myself, okay, that's a G scale, that's a C scale.
Right.
How do they interlink?
What tuning are you in right now?
Well, so dad-gad tuning is, you know, D-A-D, G-A-D, but then down a whole step, transposed to C. You just get a lot of open kind of space to play with, you know? And you can go major, minor. But most of the record is in this tuning, so think of it as open G, and then a low C, but then take the whole thing down a whole step, open F over B flat. And most of the record is in this tuning. Really, you get all these low chord shapes that you don't get in any other tuning.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
They're just magic to me.
And then the flat wound maybe adds a little like bass guitar sound to it.
I think so, yeah. I think that's exactly it. It's like, you know those Fender Bass 6 guitars?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can sound a bit like that.
No, I could hear it right there. Tell me about that guitar.
This is a steel guitar from Saginaw, Michigan, made.
So that body is metal there. Yeah.
A big piece of steel. This is made by Mule Guitars.
Mule.
Okay. I discovered them having heard my friend and hero Kelly Joe Phelps playing one of their Resophonic guitars. I got in touch with Matt, who is the founder and main builder there. We've, you know, formed a friendship, and he one day just sent me one of his Mavis guitars, which are a thin line Resophonic guitar. And it blew me away, and all these songs started falling out of it. And I liked it so much that I had to get one of these mule casters. I don't know, I've never found the right telly. I've been looking for a long time. And this is it, man. Even though it weighs as much as 2 tellies, it sounds like 10. You know,
Are you performing sitting down when you do solo?
Stand.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm developing a little hunchback from just carrying my guitars around. It really suits songwriting because it's it's robust and it feels like an acoustic.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of stringy, unplugged volume to it that just really serves songwriting. So I would say over half of the new record on this.
So sometimes getting a new instrument can inspire because of the way it feels and the tone that it's emphasizing may push you in a certain direction.
For sure.
And it did, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. All these things that I had some ideas about how I wanted that tuning in particular to sound, and had never really achieved it on an electric. And then this thing came along, and that's it.
You're talking about this new album. What's the name of the album?
The Living Kind.
The Living Kind.
Yeah.
And this is what we're out gigging.
Yeah, that's
for,
right. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, the record comes out March 15th.
March 15th.
On 30 Tigers.
On 30 Tigers, March 15th. So if you're up for playing and singing a tune.
I'd love to. This song is called The World Turns.
I gotta find a new way to feel. I'm caught in a spiral, I spin like a wheel. Pull away with me, darling, to some innocent field. We'll be stronger if we soften and yield. The world turns, and I still love you. The world turns, won't turn from you, and the world turns, moving under our feet. The world turns when we're lonely. The world turns while you hold me, and the world turns, turn closer to me.
John Smith, do you remember the first riff you ever learned on guitar?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it British?
It was...
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that one of the greatest riffs of all time?
Greatest riffs of all time, one of them.
But then it was this one, right? So my dad sat me down when I was I got a guitar when I was 11, and then he sat me down soon after and said, listen to this. And he played me Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That was my first experience of this other world.
Yeah.
And that you could go there anytime you wanted. Tune your bottom string down to D. And then it goes round and round, and I just sat in my room for months getting that under my fingers, and oh man,
Yeah, man.
good times.
So your dad liked classic rock?
Yeah. My dad was in the classical music business, so our house was all Bach and Beethoven, but also he was into B.B. King, Led Zeppelin.
Do you have siblings too?
I got a brother, yeah, and when I was 16, he sat me down and played me a Nick Drake record, and that was another life-changing moment. Like finger-style acoustic guitar in different tunings. I spent the whole summer when I was 16 just figuring out Nick Drake. And then later on, weirdly, my break in touring came through touring with John Martin, who was Nick Drake's great friend.
Awesome.
And so I went on the road with one of the sort of great British singer-songwriter guitar heroes, and that's how I got my leg up in touring, man. I've been touring ever since.
So you're playing in Nashville tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yeah.
And then
At the OG basement.
Nice. How do you do in the UK? Is that...
Yeah, do pretty well, man.
That's your...
But it's been, slow and steady for almost 20 years now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
It's
man.
not easy to do.
No.
I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
Do you ever use a band behind you? Like
Sometimes.
in the UK?
Yeah, for the last record, I recorded a lot of that with guest musicians. And when I went on the road, I thought, okay, I want to try and replicate this. I had some great musicians in the UK join me and fill out the sound a bit. But for this record, I'm going to tour a lot of it solo, just with, I've got this huge spaceship of a pedal board at home.
Nice.
That does an awful lot of the...
Sounds fun.
Fills in the gaps, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, this one sounds great too, the gear that you're using here.
Yeah, man.
What's it called again?
Neural DSP Quad Cortex.
Wow.
And it's basically an amp modeler. I figured out that you can route a load of acoustic pickups and EQ things and make it sound kind of like a magnified acoustic guitar.
Beautiful.
It's been great, man, so far.
All right, let's play a song from your new album.
Okay. And it's Candle.
Okay.
And it's the first song from the new album.
There are days when I find it easy. There are days I don't find it all. When I reach for the hand that held me, and then waving at me as I fall, bearing the burden like a saddle. The weight of the world and nothing more. What if it's more than you can handle? Yes. All the light spills on the table, and you're burning up. Well, you're burning like a candle. Go on, Marty.
That's a beautiful guitar. Tell me about that. And I see it's thin.
It's thin.
It seems really light.
It really is. I have been playing filed guitars for...
Is that the brand?
Maybe 16 years. Filed, yeah, here. Filed is a coastline in the UK. So my builder, Roger Bucknell, he's been a pioneer of British acoustic guitars, for 50 years. And he's built guitars for me, for like Pete Townshend, Bert Jansch, and lots of the greatest acoustic guitar players played these. And then I came along and just said, I want one. Do you think we could talk? And he kind of took me on as a young endorsee, and I've been playing his guitars ever since. I said to him, what if we could have a thin line acoustic guitar that sounds like an acoustic guitar when it's amplified? Because there's a lot of thin line acoustics that, to my ear, don't quite do it. Mm-hmm. They sound a little plasticky.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And so we've got my regular pickup in here. I use an LR Baggs dual source. So there's a mic here, and then there's the piezo, and you EQ them separately, and somewhere between them it comes out sounding pretty big, like an acoustic. It doesn't necessarily have all of that low end heft, but it does a pretty good job of approximating it. And the beautiful thing is that I can travel with that and my Mulecaster in one gig bag.
Beautiful.
And have enough hands for a suitcase.
Does the DSP fit in your gig bag?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. So John Smith, you've got a new album coming out in March of 2024. Tell me.
March the 15th, The Living Kind, produced by Joe Henry.
All right, you guys. And we also have links below for John Smith's stuff, all the links to the music and the social media stuff. So please support John Smith down in the links below. You're also touring.
Yes, sir.
So where are we going to be going? All around the U.S.?
Yeah, I'm doing just a few things here this time before I go up to Canada. But I'll be back in the fall/autumn for the folks at home.
John Smith. Remember the name. Check him out.
Yeah.